There's a kind of silence that nobody warns you about. It's not the peaceful kind that comes with rest. It's the unsettling pause that follows confusion. You look around and realize the dreams you once held so tightly feel far away, blurry, maybe even gone. Your chest gets heavy with questions. What am I doing? Who am I becoming? Why does everything feel so uncertain? But what if this very silence, this ache, this lostness, is not a mistake? What if you're not falling apart, but unfolding? What if this moment isn't the end, but the doorway into your becoming? You see, every journey worth taking starts in the dark. Seeds are buried before they bloom. Stars are invisible until the night falls. And maybe, just maybe, this season of feeling lost is not about losing your way. It's about shedding the old so that you can step fully into who you're meant to be. So stay with me, breathe with me, because you're not lost. You're just becoming. The ache of not knowing. You know that hollow feeling? The one that creeps in when you're surrounded by people but still feel like you're not really there? It happens when your goals start to feel like burdens, when every plan you made starts to collapse under the weight of reality. You try to keep it together, smile through the chaos, pretend like everything's fine, but deep inside, you're questioning your very existence. The fear isn't just about failure. It's about feeling disconnected from a sense of purpose, from your truest self. But what if the ache you're feeling is not a sign that something's wrong, but that something new is trying to emerge? Growth rarely feels like joy in the moment. It feels like discomfort, confusion, a quiet kind of unraveling. The old you is dissolving. The version of you that survived, coping, pleasing, pretending, that version is being asked to rest, to make room for the real you to rise. So don't numb it, don't run from it. The ache is sacred. It's the divine alarm clock reminding you that you were never meant to stay asleep to your potential. Let the ache wake you up, not to more striving, but to more becoming. What society got wrong about finding yourself? We were taught that life is a straight line. Study hard, get the job, build a family, save money, find happiness. But what if that version of life is too small for the vastness of your soul? What if the journey isn't about checking boxes, but about evolving? No one told you that real life is cyclical, unpredictable, and beautifully messy. No one warned you that clarity often comes after collapse. Finding yourself doesn't happen in a perfectly lit room with vision boards and 5-year plans. It happens in the wilderness, in heartbreak, in jobs that didn't work out, in cities where you didn't belong. Every detour, every closed door, every wrong turn, it all shaped you. You weren't wasting time, you were becoming. So maybe we need to unlearn society's version of success and redefine it for ourselves. What if success is peace? What if it's alignment? What if it's waking up and recognizing your own reflection, not in the mirror, but in the quiet conviction of your soul? The beauty in breaking down. Nobody likes breaking down. We try to avoid it at all costs, but sometimes breaking is the only way truth can break in. When you fall apart, it's not because you're weak. It's because you're growing past the boundaries of your current self. Your spirit is outgrowing its shell. And like a snake shedding skin, the process is painful, vulnerable, raw. You cry. You question everything. You think about giving up. But what you don't realize is that in your lowest moment, something sacred is happening beneath the surface. You are being emptied, not as punishment, but as preparation. The breakdown isn't the end. It's the soil for your breakthrough. Give yourself permission to fall apart. Let the tears fall like rain. Every emotion you feel is part of the becoming. You are not broken. You are opening. You are blooming in the most unexpected way. This mess is holy ground. Why feeling lost is a gift. What if feeling lost isn't the curse we think it is, but a secret blessing in disguise? Being lost strips away everything that isn't truly yours. It removes the noise, the titles, the masks. It brings you face to face with your soul. In that moment of uncertainty, when nothing feels stable, that's when you meet your truest self.
In our world, we crave certainty. We want plans, formulas, steps. But life doesn't work that way. Sometimes, to find where you're meant to go, you have to first get lost. Because when you don't know where you're headed, you finally stop chasing the path others carved, and start listening to your inner compass. So don't fear being lost. Welcome it. It means you're alive, you're searching, you're human. And one day, you'll look back at this season not with regret, but with reverence. Because it taught you how to find your way, not outside, but within. The identity crisis we all go through. There comes a time when the person you've been no longer feels like home. You start questioning the labels you wore so proudly, the overachiever, the funny one, the dependable friend. And you wonder, if I'm not all these things, then who am I? That's the beginning of an identity shift. It's not a breakdown, it's a rebirth. We grow up being told who we should be. Be quiet, be strong, be useful, be likable, but we were never told how to be authentic. So we shape-shift, we adapt, we survive, until one day, survival isn't enough. We crave truth, wholeness, realness, and that craving is a signal that you're stepping into the deeper waters of becoming. Allow yourself to evolve. Identities are not prisons, they're bridges. They were meant to get you here, not to define you forever. Your soul is too vast to fit into anyone's box. You're not here to be labeled. You're here to be free. When everyone around you seems ahead, it's a cruel trick of the mind, comparing your timeline to everyone else's highlight reel. You scroll through social media and it seems like everyone has it figured out. Better jobs, stronger relationships, more clarity. Meanwhile, you're stuck in the fog, questioning if you missed your chance. But what if you're not behind at all, just on a different frequency of growth? Life isn't a race, it's a rhythm. Some people bloom early, others bloom deep. The oak tree takes longer to grow than the daisy, but it outlasts every storm. Stop measuring your journey by someone else's stopwatch. What they have might be perfect for them, but you are being shaped for something uniquely yours. Trust your pace. There's power in slowness, in waiting, in becoming when no one's watching. The delay isn't denial, it's design. You're not late, you're not forgotten, you're in divine preparation for something that requires your kind of depth. Becoming is painful, but it's not punishment. You may think your current pain is the universe punishing you for some mistake, some wrong turn. But what if it's not punishment at all? What if pain is a sacred teacher? Becoming who you truly are requires shedding who you thought you had to be, and that process hurts. But pain is often the doorway to transformation. Think about every significant change in your life. It came with discomfort. The end of a friendship, a heartbreak, a job loss, a quiet moment of despair. Those weren't accidents. They were invitations. Every emotional scar you carry is proof that you survived the fire, and didn't come out empty, but refined. You are being shaped by your struggle. Your strength isn't found in avoiding pain, it's born from walking through it with open eyes and a soft heart. You are not being punished. You are being purified. Becoming isn't easy, but it's always worth it. The power of letting go. Sometimes, becoming isn't about gaining more, but releasing what no longer serves you. We hold on tightly to people, dreams, and identities out of fear of who we'll be without them. But transformation always demands surrender. The old must fall so the new can rise. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's the brave decision to unclench your fists and trust that what's meant for you will find you. Maybe the relationship had to end. Maybe the dream had to die. Maybe the plan had to fail. Not to break you, but to birth a new level of clarity within you. In every letting go, there's a becoming. It's not an end, it's a transition. You're not walking away from your story, you're stepping into a new chapter. And this one, it holds a version of you that's more whole, more true, more alive. Trusting the process you can't see. We live in a world obsessed with visible results, metrics, milestones, achievements. But the most meaningful transformations often happen in secret. Like roots growing underground. Like healing no one sees. Like prayers whispered in the dark. Just because you can't see the progress doesn't mean it's not happening. Trusting the process means leaning into the unknown. It means believing that your current silence isn't emptiness, it's incubation. Something sacred is forming in the depths of your becoming. Every day you rise despite the weight. Every time you choose hope instead of despair, you are growing. Faith isn't just spiritual, it's practical. It's waking up, choosing alignment over applause, peace over perfection. You may not see it yet, but something is shifting. Keep showing up, keep surrendering. You're not lost, you're becoming visible to yourself. The truth about purpose. You were told that purpose is a job title, a grand mission, a calling you'd stumble into like magic. But purpose isn't a destination, it's a posture. It's how you show up in the world. It's found in the little things. How you love, how you serve, how you grow. You don't have to wait to find your purpose. You're already living it in how you choose to be present, how you offer your truth, how you rise after falling. Purpose isn't reserved for the few, it's embedded in the ordinary. In every hard conversation, every brave decision, every small act of kindness. Stop waiting to be chosen. You already are. Your life is meaningful, not because it's perfect, but because you're awake inside it. You are purpose in motion. Every breath you take is evidence that you were made for this moment. Becoming demands solitude. At some point in the journey, you will be called into solitude, not isolation, but sacred aloneness. The world may misinterpret it as withdrawal, but solitude is where the soul finally gets to speak without interruption. It's in the quiet that your truest voice returns. When you're constantly surrounded by noise, opinions, and expectations, it's easy to lose yourself in who others need you to be. Solitude invites you to remember, to hear your own heartbeat, to rediscover your values, your truth, your vision. This stillness is not loneliness, it's a reunion. Don't fear the alone moments. They are the forge of authenticity. Becoming requires you to strip away the noise, the distractions, and stand bare before yourself. In that sacred stillness, you don't find answers, you remember who you've been all along. The becoming never ends, and that's beautiful. Here's the most liberating truth. Becoming is not a destination. You won't wake up one day and have it all figured out. But that's not failure, that's freedom. You are a living, breathing evolution. And every day, life invites you to become a deeper, wiser, freer version of yourself. There's no final version of you, only more truthful ones. Each season strips away what you no longer need and replaces it with wisdom, strength, and softness. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. The journey of becoming is infinite, and that's what makes it so meaningful. So breathe. You're not behind, you're not broken, you're not lost, you're just becoming. And in that becoming, you are more alive than ever. If this message stirred something in your heart, don't let it fade. Hit subscribe and join the journey with Echoes of Wisdom, where every video is a mirror, a map, and a moment to remember who you truly are. Share this with someone who's been feeling lost, because maybe they're just becoming too. Your next breakthrough might just begin with a single echo. Let it guide you.